This episode of the BLACKTOOTH Podcast is brought to you by Bill Burr and Nia got together, and then as soon as Nia came into the equation, she started kind of fucking his career up because she had like ulterior motives on how he should be seen, and like made him ultimately like change the direction of like the trajectory of his comedy and his career, or like, you know, that's the theory. But like,
in rebuttal to that though, like anyone who gets married is just, it's like getting fucking snipped. Like I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago. Like you kind of have to get a little softer around the edges because,
well, you have to make give and take. It's like, you have to make
women
exchanges.
don't typically handle like the Burr futon version where he's like, you know what, Dad, fuck you. Like being this angry incel is not like productive towards a happy relationship. So
can confirm. We're back, baby. Actually, I had to break the fucking news to James today that I called my fucking engagement off. He didn't know that, or like, not that I called it off. She
fucking
left me.
Late there, buddy.
Yeah, he didn't know. I was like, it happened back in August, and he's like, shit, I had no fucking idea.
He's like, dude, I rented this tux.
I'm
on my way down.
No, like it was wild. Like I like had to like go through it all again. He's like, how are you holding up? I was like, I'm fine. I've been like
this was
banging fucking
several months ago.
Yeah, it's like I've banged 2 people since then. It's been like fucking Joey Dry Spell. It's weird listening to like the episodes during COVID because like I was Joey Dry Spells, and it's like I forget how fucking
dark.
It fucking weird it was for me, man. I had like no confidence, and like because like all the things I was good at were closed, bars and casinos. Like, so I was.
I wouldn't say you're good at casinos.
I did good today. I made $65. Thank you very much.
You're very good at bars.
This makes me more attractive.
Turns you into a NASCAR driver.
Fuck. I don't know how to come back for that. What's going on with you, babe?
No, but you wanted to get into the Burr thing. I was just wanting to make the point that, like, yeah, you could say, like, she had this ulterior motive in her movie career or whatever, and all that blah, 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 and she fucked that black dude from the one movie she was in.
Okay,
that's not Burr's kid, but I'm just saying, like, people saying, like, oh, Burr changed. Well, it's like, Burr did get married and have kids, so, like, that fucking changes you. Like,
plus, like, think of it in the dynamic that Rogan had where everybody was calling him a sellout for going strictly to Spotify. First off, $100 million. That's a hard fucking number to turn away from. Like,
to do what he's already been doing.
Yeah, like, you're just getting, you're
someone at his level's already been compromised.
Yeah,
they're
like,
telling him what he can and can't say. Even if he's on YouTube, Spotify, it doesn't matter what platform. If you're at that magnitude, there's someone... You know,
yeah, like
Illuminati, whoever the fuck you want to think it is, Jewish people, I don't fucking know, but, and I was going to say the same thing about Burr, he's got to kind of soften up to protect this fucking empire he's sitting on at this point. Like, you can't, it's easy to talk shit from a futon, but when you're in the fucking hills, like, you kind of want to protect that.
We're on snakeskin chairs right now. These are handcrafted.
I just keep referring to the futon thing. Burr always talks about how he was in his 30s. Like with roommates, like
living on a futon,
sleeping on a futon,
than having a fucking wife sleeping next to you that you resent or whatever. And it's like, yeah, no, I understand. It's like his, I really do. But like his fucking like his whole mindset. The Cheyenne segment of the podcast.
She's drinking my coffee,
dude. I fucking put a glass of milk down the other night, and she fucking stuck her nose right in it. It was like. Like, she was fucking having a blast with that shit. Like, but okay. So the Burr thing, like, it's undeniable that he changed. Like, I mean, clearly he's changed. Like, but you saying that like whoever got to him, it's like. I put a lot of emphasis on it being his wife. I just find it very weird that, from what I understand, she has nothing to do with comedy other than that she's married to Bill Burr and occasionally like pops in on the podcast and he gets her on the shows because she's an actress, right? Like, yeah,
she is a dramatic actress. Nothing to do
nothing comedy, right?
No, just a standard actress, aspiring actress.
Yeah, because like she's been in that.
She was a waitress when they met.
Yeah,
in New York.
So Nia is on the wall at Podcastville. And like, what the fuck is that about? Because like,
I think that's because she's a regular guest on the podcast.
Well, Leanne had, you know, like Leanne was fucking regular guest. Like, she was constantly on Bert's podcast and shit. Like, and would always be a major character. She's not on the wall Podcastville as far as I know.
Does Podcastville like really this?
No,
litmus for who's involved and who's like. No. I think it was just a funny picture as a background. I
do think it's a funny picture, but like I said, like it kind of adds to. It's like the conspiracy is that like, you know, there's some ulterior motive for Burr like shacking up with Nia. Good fucking shot, you dickhead. Right on the fucking light cord. But yeah, like
that's fine.
No, like I thought it was a very interesting take because it's noticeable that his comedy has changed. This woman who seemingly has nothing to do with comedy is kind of making his career change. Although that might be the most organic like aspect of it is that like he settled down, he got married, he wants to be protective of what he has, in reference to a career. Like obviously, I mean, I'm not saying anything unfucking heard of here. It's just it was interesting because I didn't know how little she had to do with comedy in general, and I'm like that's kind of weird that she's like on one of the most like arguably one of all of the podcasts on that collectively are responsible for like the bulk of West Coast comedy podcasts. Like if you're anyone with a podcast on the West Coast, it's like you were at Podcastville for the bulk of the time before fucking Rogan moved to fucking Texas and COVID and shit.
Hi, pup.
Dude, Cheyenne, leave him be. Come on, go lay down.
Where did that Podcastville thing start? Is that just when Uncle Joey would be like, "Welcome to Podcastville, cocksuckers"?
I really have no idea because I know it was like Theo, him, fucking Burr, Bert, Segura.
They all recorded at that same
and they
studio?
just all I think they just all because like Theo was like in the one wing of it like for the longest time, and you could see the mural behind him and kind of. And you remember there's like a big window, and he was just kind of like crammed in some fucking corner. And
I thought that was just his personal space that he rented. I didn't know that they were all in the same building or anything.
That's just it. I don't know like anything about it. I just was like, I know that there's more than one person operating out of it, and it's like not like a like it's like a collective. But I also like I guess people just pay to play there, and it's whoever can afford to fucking pay $25,000 a month or whatever.
It's fun to speculate as two fucking nobodies to be like, I don't think Bill Burr's on the right trajectory in his career.
I really do not agree.
Two guys who've never done an open mic. I just picture Bill Burr listening to this and being like, who the fuck are these two assholes? Like,
first off, Bill Burr would not be listening to this.
I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, just this podcast was 72 years.
Doing in a fucking
this guy's talking about me. I got $80 million in the bank, cocksuckers.
I mean, it's like, hey, I'm not admonishing, tarnishing his integrity, whatever. Like, nothing
He's
I
still
can say.
funny. He's just more woke. He's more woke. You're married to a black chick. You're gonna be a little fucking woke. Yeah, like come on, dude.
They're harping on that. Like every bit that he does is like white women, and like Cumtown nailed it.
You're pulling the Cumia angle because Cumia shit all over him on TCS.
Well, no. Cumia shit all over him. Like he drove that home. I'm just saying that like it's his fucking angle now, and he gets fucking laughs at him. It's not like he's just making like contrived point. The whole bit on his last special, it was like 30 minutes long about like Karens at fucking Starbucks in line or whatever.
Yeah.
Like literally it's just like a dumb observation, but his exploration of the topic was really what like makes it fucking work. There's a reason he's good at it. I'm not saying like him and Cumia's spat is fucking hilarious because they're just man children. Just fucking have a conversation, you fucking fags.
See, Cumia tried to.
Yeah, well, that's just.
And then Big Kenny, believe, Club Soda Kenny kind of got like pushed him out of the club.
How much of that do you believe is Ant like hamming it up for? Because like I believe Ant is right in that like something happened there, but like do you think that like he instigated or like kind of like I don't know?
No, I think Burr can't talk to him because of his wife.
Really? You think that's genuinely what it boils down to is that fucking Burr?
I think if Burr was single, he would let bygones be bygones, but he has to hear it when he gets home. And his wife was there. His wife was in the venue. If she sees him chumming it up with this guy who drops hard R's, it's just not going to work out for Burr when he goes home. Can you blame the guy? He's got to fucking live with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't know Nia was there.
She was in the venue at the time.
I didn't know. I just heard. All I heard was that Ant walked up to Burr.
It was the Patrice
benefit.
Yeah.
I know that.
Nia was there. It's like... And that's why Burr, when Ant came over, he was just like, dude, like, I think behind closed doors, not in public. I mean, maybe not. I don't know what type of vitriol they have for each other or that Burr has towards Cumia or whatever. I mean, Burr has black kids. He probably is fucking not cool with racism. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, like, he's not going to be like us and be like, ha ha. Like,
yeah.
There's just like this immaturity level to Cumia's shit where it's like he is genius, but he's also like he just poo-poos on everything. Yeah. It's like Burr probably doesn't want to fucking be bothered with that. And like again,
it's bad.
His wife was too. That and like his what you can't be in Hollywood and be associated with Cumia. He got booted from the big fucking party. Like, you can't fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Fucking Tucker's got a good fucking point going that, like, Ant's just fucking... Like, Ant is, like, kind of just riding it out. And he was able to be successful to that. I forget what facet of it was. I know you were... Because, like, the Legion of Skanks had a huge thing with Tucker Carlson, like, right before he got fired. Like, there was some documentary Tucker Carlson worked on, and they trolled him. Like, do you remember?
I didn't hear anything about any of this. I know he got fired, and I know Patrick Bet David of Valuetainment on YouTube, one of our colleagues. Yes, like
another one of our peers.
Millions of fucking subs. He offered Tucker Carlson $100 million deal.
He said no.
I don't know if he said no.
Yeah,
or what.
he said no and took a $20 million deal so he could be on
Compound Media.
Yeah, well, no, it's like on his own platform.
Okay,
but it was like this thing that was brought up. So not to just you can find this all on YouTube and like you can really find the drama and shit if you want to. But the bulk of it is Tucker Carlson was making this freedom of speech comedy documentary. One of the biggest selling points on that was that the Legion of Skanks are like this bastion of like just being able to say whatever the fuck you want on YouTube, and there's like no repercussions because it's like they're not saying hate speech. What they're doing is being comedians, doing like they're trying to evoke a laugh. So Tucker Carlson knows who they are because like, you know, Dave is on Red Eye and like has dealt with Fox before. So they were like, hey, we want you and your boys to be on our documentary. Sure enough, they all like Lewis is on there, Jay's on there, Dave's on there naturally. And like everybody is kind of like taking their turn. So there was a miscommunication that Dave Smith was Dave Chappelle, and I forget to who. Like, you really didn't hear any of this?
No. I have a kid. I don't do much. I watch NASCAR nowadays. That's about it.
NASCAR's pretty fun.
I love NASCAR, dude.
Yeah, it's good, mindless. But yeah,
it's like baseball, but for rednecks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, baseball is for rednecks too, but like, it's just it's my baseball where I can just put it on in the background, zone out, and then you tune in the last fucking bottom of the ninth and like really pay attention the last 20 laps. But
well, speaking of which, Jeopardy Masters is on tonight. I'm looking to have Jeopardy and the baseball game on at the same time. I'm having a dorky fucking Monday.
Well, screen.
Yeah, probably one on my phone, one on the TV. But anyway, yeah, Dave Smith. There was a miscommunication. I think it was on Lewis's end, if I'm not mistaken.
Lewis thought his co-host was Dave Chappelle.
No. The producer for the documentary reached out to fucking Lewis and was like, hey,
who do we credit? He was like, Dave Chappelle.
Well, no, they knew Dave Smith because Dave Smith was like the liaison between like Tucker's people and like Legion of Skanks, so they knew who Dave Smith was, but they thought that somehow there was a miscommunication that Dave Smith was Dave Chappelle, and Lewis just perpetuated that somehow. So then they explained this on the podcast, and they're like, wait a minute. We have this lady thinking that Lewis's number is Dave Chappelle, so we should just get someone we know to do a Dave Chappelle impression, and it's Dan Soder. So they get Dan Soder on the phone, and they do a 3-way call, and Dan Soder just pretends to be fucking Chappelle for like 12 minutes. Dude, he's like talking about how Lewis has a foot fetish, and like the producer's got nice feet and shit. Bro, I'm fucking crying. I watched this. I was like driving.
They just trolled the fucking comedy documentary that's trying to be in favor of like dark comedy.
Yeah, and they loved it. They kept it in the documentary, and it was like a pivotal part. So like that happened at like, I don't know, February, March or whatever, and then like a month ago Tucker Carlson just like it was actually like 2 weeks ago maybe, he gets fired, and someone offered him $100 million to go on like Rumble or something, like one of those, and he's like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do my own thing. So now he's gonna have paywall content.
He got
somewhere.
offered $100 million by Patrick Bet David. He's one of the biggest interview channels on YouTube. It's Valuetainment. He is like a genius.
Is Valuetainment like the brand?
It's the channel name. The guy's name is Patrick Bet David. He's done a ton of videos. You probably recognize him. He's like that Iranian dude or something. He's tan. He's like skinny Cenk Uyghur, but he's got like a Middle Eastern accent. But he's like brilliant. He's actually a very entertaining channel.
Okay. I don't like.
He gets into politics a little bit, but.
Like so, but
he leans a little right wing, so that's probably why he wanted Tucker Carlson to come on.
And he has sponsors, right? Like it's like a sponsored channel on YouTube, or is there a paywall or something? Or
the dude's a fucking gazillionaire. Like what's the above millionaire, like 100 millionaire or whatever? Like it's not 7 figures, it's 8 figures or fucking 9 figures. Like
a billionaire?
No, I know billionaire.
Trillionaire?
I was thinking of like they say like, oh, you're worth 7 figures. That's a million.
Multi-millionaire.
More than that. Like it's like 9 figures. Like he's probably worth 100 million. He's an investor. He's all. I'm sucking this guy's dick, but this guy's like uber wealthy, and he has the money to offer fucking Tucker Carlson $100 million to fucking.
And Tucker Carlson had the money to just fucking thumb his nose at it, from what I understand.
I don't think he thumbed his nose at it.
No, it was something to do with freedom of speech. He's like, I'm sick of answering to company men, and that was like his beef with Fox. And it's like, I mean, you hear the shit he did. It was like, it's nothing.
Well, I was just about to ask why did he get fired?
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, he like there was a producer that was saying that he was making like a bunch of anti-Semitic remarks, and like, I mean, like Tucker Carlson is like Alex Jones, where you know what you're getting into working with this person, and it's not like you're just blindly thrown onto Tucker's team. I mean, yeah, there's like interns and shit, but like for the most part, it's like if you're a well-established producer and you want like a high-paying job, and someone's like, "Hey, Tucker Carlson needs a producer," you're gonna fucking take that job, knowing damn well that this is a conservative talk show host who's got a penchant for annoying people with like language and verbiage and shit like that, and going and pressing the envelope. I'm not saying I like Tucker either. I'm not a huge Fox guy. I don't like this. Isn't even funny or anything.
No,
like,
this doesn't have to be funny.
But like, it's just it's like one of those things where it's like I get exactly like why he got fired. I also get why he didn't. He in my opinion, I guess thumbed his nose at the $100 million because he's like, I'll get paid $20 million to do my own thing because like I'm sick of like people that are like I'm in a workplace. I'm with my coworkers. When I make crack jokes with my coworkers, they understand. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be racist.
Be funny.
It's because we're like this sucks and we're trying to get through it. And we're trying to be funny and like lift everybody's spirits. So I'm not thinking that Tucker Carlson's just like
he's not
Jew!
like a Nazi.
He's like
just
like
he's making observational jokes about situational like you know what I mean.
Yeah, like be like off colored or whatever,
yeah.
but for the sake of probably shock humor or like shock value if you want.
That is what makes things funny though. Is the like not all things, but I'm saying like, a huge part of comedy is shock. Like. You say that off limits thing that kind of draws out that like penis, that fucking reaction. You know what I'm saying? I was really floundering there, dude.
It's okay. I know, just like that. He took $20 million to do something else. I don't know if he's going to be behind a paywall or do his own thing, but that now everybody on the podcast that were involved with this documentary is speculating like on Tucker's trajectory, and they're like, is he going to do like kind of what Ant did and just wait for kind of like all the big three media conglomerates to punch themselves out? Because it's like everybody that watches them, they're taking a large chunk of their viewership away by getting like, I'm not saying people watch strictly for Tucker, but I know people tuned into Fox at that time to watch Tucker specifically.
Cable's like on the way out.
It's
dying. It's like so the newspaper. Gone. It's done. Like,
yeah, like it's
people
like, watch
cable for like live sports and like news, but like a lot of people, as far as like drama shows or sitcoms or anything, that's all streaming now. Who the fuck wants to sit through 10 minutes of commercials for a 20-minute episode? Like, it's just not. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what the solution is. Like, me personally, I'd rather pay a paywall and not have ads. You know what I mean? Like, it's a better fucking way of doing things. Like, commercials kill the flow of any, sporting event, fucking television program, any of that shit. It's garbage, but. I don't know. I'm just TV's dying, obviously. So
it just seems like an illogical move for like a multi-million-dollar corporation with a lot of people's jobs at stake to just be like, yeah, you said some stuff that right in this specific time in history is unsavory to say. Like, not saying
they would have like if they knew their fucking fan base, which they obviously do. They could have fucking held on to him, supported him through it, and they would have grown their fan base by like standing behind their dude.
Yeah, like it just kind of seems like a bad business decision. Like it's going all over the place. Like the whole Castle Rock thing with the fucking Dylan Mulvaney, the Bud Light shit. Like that, I didn't know more about that.
You're wearing your Bud Light fucking sweater today,
I mean, look, dude, I put 100 fucking pull tabs up my ass and I fucking took a dump into an envelope, and this is what they sent me.
What was the Bud Light thing you were just talking about? The controversy, the trans can or the rainbow can?
Well, yeah. So they had Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney is the transgender person or whatever they go by. That was the spokesperson.
Did you just assume they're species?
Jesus fuck species
person.
Jesus fuck.
He's a walrus. He's dogkin.
He's fucking chameleon changing fucking genders. He's a seahorse because the males have babies. I don't fucking know.
I don't want to get into it because I have a lot of hateful opinions.
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive I do too. But no, keeping it sensible, there's a company that handles the marketing, and I fucking called it. I called this way long ago that one of these companies I called this back when Gillette was doing it. And I was like, much like Fox News being a multi-million-dollar corporation and doing this, there was like a specific set of circumstances that facilitated Tucker Carlson getting fired. There's got to be a specific set of circumstances that make Dylan Mulvaney become the spokesperson for like America's most redneck pisswater beer. And I think what it is that there's been this push for the last like 15 or so years, at least since I've been in college. It's been very noticeable that advertising is no longer geared towards marketing the product to the consumer. It has become a competition to see who can get awards for making advertisements. Mostly like your end goal is a Super Bowl ad. And like there's been a large disconnect between like the spokespeople, the product or whatever, and like the target demographic that they should be going for. Because like PBR doesn't advertise the way that Bud Light does.
Do they even advertise?
I don't think they do. Like I know they have a parent company that's probably somewhere under a different like Coors or whatever. Yeah,
they're owned by Anheuser or something.
Well,
somewhere down
no,
the line.
they're not. But I did find out that Corona is, and that's why they're not too fucking fearful. Because like Corona sales, like Mexies love that fucking shit. They fucking drink Corona especially all fucking day. That being said, though, like Budweiser, they don't handle their own marketing. They just pay a marketing firm to do their marketing, and they're like a subcontractor of the corporation. So there is a head of marketing that works for Budweiser that's an employee of Budweiser, but he's basically just this middleman that's like, here's what the products we have are, here's like, and we need to sell these products to these people. Your company is going to get point A to point B with advertising, and they're like, okay, on it. But now, like, after my experience in college in like the entertainment industry, like everything, marketing isn't dominated by people that are like entrepreneurial minded. We no longer have door-to-door salesmen that want to get into marketing because they want to sell the product. It's like this whole quasi like accolade thing where you just want to get like nominated for awards, and like it culminates in Super Bowl ads. It's bizarre. So, and like the people that are getting put in there are basically gay guys that dude, dead serious. Like it's one of those ones where it's like everyone that is at that crux of like, nicely done, stupid.
Fuck, dude, scared me. I thought it was coming down on your head.
Hey, don't be doing that. Don't lay on that. That's not a good thing to lay on. But yeah, I don't know. Just there's a lot of fucking gay guys in fucking in advertising and like in the fucking entertainment industry in general. And it is kind of like, well, now you're not allowed the Harvey Weinstein chicks, but like they don't really say too much about guys doing what like John Travolta used to do, like going to bathhouse, like all the gay shit. You never really hear too much about that. It's bizarre. Like it's bizarre, and it's like this is like the end product of like what I've been saying has been happening for a really long time. I like you how do you end up with something that should be like trucks, Ford, beer, fucking like it just.
Well, honestly, they were probably shitting on their main target demographic within the hopes that they could pull in the homos into the Bud Light. They're going to be like, oh, drinking my rainbow can. Like it was, and the real dumbass rednecks, as soon as that can thing ends, like, and they see their Bud Light down at the liquor store, they're going to fucking buy Bud Light again. Like they're not going to lose Bud Light drinkers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not even shitting on what you were saying. Like there is definitely a gay,
No, I think that they're absolutely taking a hit, and it's like they're not in the right now. They're not like losing too much money, but like down the road, they're going to fucking lose lifetime customers, and it's going to affect.
I was gonna say the opposite. Like down there, a year from now, people probably won't even remember the gay can. The attention span now is like laughable.
I mean, you say that, but think about how many men are shaving with Gillette. Remember that? Dollar Shave Club is the biggest brand of razors in the country.
I don't really shop razors based on brand.
I mean,
I get Harry's because I don't even know. My grandpa gave me one before he died, and now I guess that's the razor I'm going to use forever.
No, I mean, I understand.
Harry's or Henry's, I forget. What the
Harry's. There's Harry's, but yeah, the company Dollar Shave Club bought like a shitload of marketing right after like that happened.
What happened with Gillette?
Gillette made a commercial where it was like men can do better, and like they have like all this like kind of veiled symbolism in there that 4chan picked apart ad nauseum. But it's like this ad where there's like kids fighting in a barbecue, and the white dads are just like, boys will be boys, and then like there's a white guy sexually harassing like a biracial woman, and the black fucking dude steps in, is like, whoa. Whites. So like, yeah, it's like this whole like anti-push to be, men will be men, but like you should try to be better as men, and like everyone that saw it was kind of like, well, you're a pussy if you're a man and you get offended by that. I was like, that's not really what it's saying. It's just kind of like you're taking a pot shot at your target demographic. Like women aren't buying men's razors,
face razors,
because like based on wokeness. Like it's like men go do their own shopping for shit like that for the most part, and like it just kind of seems like bad for business. But yeah, lo and behold, Dollar Shave Club.
It probably wasn't Gillette it was probably a fucking marketing team.
It was their marketing team, exactly.
But does Gillette have, like I was going to ask, does Gillette or Budweiser have to sign off on these on like a final?
They do, but there's like a lot of pressure from them from like, you know, HR and a lot of like people that are like
spent $80 million on this ad campaign.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, well, and then like how bad would it be too if somebody leaks that it's like, oh, Budweiser turned down the gay marketing campaign that they spent $80 million on. Why are you afraid of something? It's like, it's just as bad for business to not air that. Same with like the Gillette one, but the Gillette one was fucking like
I miss when you could be fucking discriminatory in this country, dude. The 90s were better, dude.
It was, I mean, don't reminisce like it's like the 90s were better. The 90s had their fair share of fucking problems.
Yeah, no, everything always sucked, but I'm saying like with how gay everything is now, you have to like really think about what you're saying as to not offend people. Not that we do that. Like I called a woman a crackhead bitch in the middle of the street today. Like I was trying to offend her, but it's just this whole weird, I don't want to say climate, I don't know what the word is, but it just is a different
atmosphere.
It's just gay now. Everything's fucking gay. Like it's just so fucking. And then the marketing gay thing led me to the conspiracy rabbit hole of like the gay agenda in hip hop. How like okay, there's like Patrice talking about the different cartels in entertainment. Like
and he pays us 10%.
The ones are like the pharmaceutical industry in hip hop. They're always like pop a perk, popping lean, drinking perks, fucking guns. Yeah, that guns. And then the other one's the gay fucking. Like they have Young Thug in dresses. They had Lil Wayne kissing Birdman. Like apparently you have to like do some gay shit to be in that. Their cabal. That's one subset.
Yeah,
like,
that's
there is
their
other ones.
That's their cabal.
There's the Jewish one.
Well,
like,
no, the Chappelle talked about that because he said that he was like after SNL, but after Half Baked, him and Brewer were doing something.
They wanted him to wear a dress.
They wanted him to wear a dress. He's like, well, it's hacky. I don't want to do that. And they were like, but a million black men have done this before you. And he's like, well, then it's like really hacky.
Yeah,
it's like played out.
Hacky.
Like I don't want to fucking do it. And they canned him from the fucking thing. And that's like one of those things that Chappelle could be like Bill Burr successful, but he's kind of fought back, but he is in his own way still because they're not going to come after him. Everybody knows what you're dealing with when you got
I'd say he's almost more. Bill Burr has his own style, but as far as comedy, like obviously Bill Burr is on like the Mount Rushmore right now, but Chappelle is like revered as this like he's already a legend and he's not dead yet. Like he's like this. I'd say he's top of the food chain.
Yeah,
as far as like, you know, even considered by other comedians. Like everyone just says he's like the best. You know what I mean? But
him and Rogan went on that tour like right before
What's
COVID.
your opinion on Rogan's comedy?
I love Rogan's comedy. His old comedy.
Do you think he's up there with like?
Yeah,
you do. He gets a lot of flack, and I love his comedy too. But I've seen a lot of people being like he's hacky. He's not like
he's not hacky. He's just okay. All right. So have you ever? I know I've talked about Henry Rollins on the podcast before about like his spoken word, but like there's like a This Is Not Happening where he does. Good job. Go get him. But there's like This Is Not Happening where Rollins does comedy and he does like a spoken word, but he tells like a particularly funny like anecdote for This Is Not Happening about taking acid while he was in Black Flag, and he like his comedy reminds me of Rogan's comedy where it's this really fucking tough guy that could like arguably rip your fucking spine out of your fucking back that is dumbing like his shtick has a lot to do with like his intimidating factor, but like Rogan being like super fucking silly is he's very playful and good at that, and he's got this like remnant of like the Boston guys breaking balls. So he's like he calls like there's one of my favorite bits is people talking about you shouldn't give dogs milk, which theme I guess on this podcast. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't give dogs milk, and Rogan's like, I give my dog fucking milk all the fucking time. My dog laps that shit up like blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you're just trying to be a fake smarty pants. And like his delivery of the words fake smarty pants show that he has like serious like comedy chops because he knew that that's a silly way of saying that, and seeing a big tough fucking guy saying fake smarty pants is like extra fucking silly. So like I think he's very well seasoned and very well tuned, and he's got a good craft in like his joke building and stuff like that. Like, is he the best of all time? No, not even close. But he is very like his comedy is noteworthy.
And for him to be as good as he does with all of the other things that he also does, you know what I mean? He's a busy guy.
He's a very determined fellow. Like he's very invested.
He's admirable. And Rogan gets a lot. He's almost like this meme at this point, like where people like Tina and like her friends are just like fucking.
Oh, you like Joe Rogan?
Yeah, that's fucking gay. Like it's like. I don't know what the version is for women. Like, oh, you like Ariana Grande or fucking Kim Kardashian. Like, he's like, he is like that cliche, like bros, like Rogan. Like, but that doesn't like, he is a smart dude, and like he is obviously very successful and whatnot. Like I don't know. A lot of people just think he's like this fucking, like he just became like a meme after that whole N-word clip that got dropped, and they're like, this guy's fucking racist. But like
pull that up, Jamie.
He's been. I mean, we've both been watching his podcast for probably 10 plus years at this point.
Easily.
Like he's fucking.
Like we know Joey Diaz.
I don't know why I'm defending Rogan's credibility, but like I do think he is a legit stand-up, and I've read comments online just being like, I didn't laugh once at this special. Like he fucking sucks, and like I mean, I guess people are gonna say that about any comic you take, but I have seen a particular amount of Rogan comedy hate online, and I don't agree with it.
I don't either. Can I actually springboard into I got 2.7K likes on a comment. That
Holy
one
dude, that's viral for us.
Like 100. I wish I did it with
the black. I got banned for my comment this morning.
I wish I
those FNs,
dude. So yeah, that was a good one too. It's like you told me, it's like it got bot blocked. I got
a message like 30 minutes later, like you're banned for 12 hours. So I was like, darn,
fuck you. Yeah, I
didn't even post it. It was just like, nope.
The at whatever podcast. It's like the fucking dude that's just interviews like OnlyFans thoughts for like three thoughts. Yeah, like for 3 hours. And there was this one that's like she's an OnlyFans model, but she's like seriously like 400 pounds, and like
niche market, probably doing pretty well for herself.
And there's a video where the guy is saying the qualities that he wants in a woman, and this chick is just like, and I was like,
that the trans chick, the fucking
I don't know, maybe, but
it's
anyway,
it's like hot chick. Jabba the Hutt.
Oh yeah,
she was trans.
Oh, she's trans. Oh, naturally. Okay,
so that was getting ripped apart.
Dude, so I was like the third person to comment in the thread, and I said, "We all know who's breathing into the mic." And dude, fucking took off. Dude, the black dude comments I got were fucking amazing. They were immaculate. It was like the first one was like, "Oh, you wrong for that." Because he was there for the fucking chick,
dude.
Dog. Dude, it was, and I think it got deleted. I think the video got deleted because it's like there was a bunch of people fucking like commented. Like there's people.
There's so many memes where it's like, "Hi, I'm Jessica. Hi, I'm Ashley. Hello, I am fucking Jabba the
Shrek." Get out of my swamp, donkey.
Oh, dude, that was a disgrace. There's some people like that should be shot in the head. Fucking Jesus. You're a big fat dude playing dress up. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, dude, it's sad like that we have to fucking to put it in terms like that. But yeah, why can't like
you can be allowed to do that, but I'm allowed to make fun of you for doing that.
That's
all.
That's just
all. You can make fun of me for being a fat fucking loser with man tits, but I can say you're fucking weird. That's fair. We all have our flaws. I'm a fat, jiggly doughboy piece of shit with yellow teeth, and you are a freak.
This brings me back to the best comment that you've ever made on something where it was over this exact same thing. I made a comment on the Me Too movement. This was a few years ago when I was living in Raleigh, and your comment fucking actually ruined several friendships of my college friends. But
on Facebook or something?
Yeah, oh yeah. So on Me Too, I had a staunch take on Me Too, and I still hold it to this day. And it's like it's not that I disagree with Me Too. If you got sexually assaulted or you got raped,
Blacktooth stands with you.
Like we care. The sympathy isn't though like whine about it on Facebook. If I found out through a lot of Me Too stories that none of these people saw police intervention, and I'm like, if you were raped, you should go to the cops. Like I understand it's embarrassing.
Victim blaming, Joe.
Yes, fucking. If you were victim,
what were you wearing?
If you're the victim of a fucking sexual, if you're a victim of an assault, just go to the cops. Like don't fucking go get your brother to go beat the guy up with a baseball bat. Two wrongs don't make a right.
If you're gonna do that, then you can't come out 10 years later. If you already got your brother to beat him up with a baseball bat, which I'm sure didn't happen in any of these instances. But
it became this like really repugnant, fucking disgusting, like horror show of all of my friends.
It became this weird competition of like, well, this guy looked at me weird once, and I felt uncomfortable.
And that's Me Too. Yeah,
it's just like go fuck yourself.
It became this trying to out fucking pity party each other, and I'm like, this is not A, what this movement should be about, and B, if like all of you guys feel like such victims, do something about it. Take a self-defense class, buy a gun, like learn how to become capable in the neighborhood, like figure out where like, you know, safe spots in your neighborhood are.
Don't go to a hotel room alone with Harvey Weinstein.
Don't fucking waltz around.
Don't put yourself in these creepy situations.
I'm not saying like wear whatever the fuck you want, but like understand that if you're walking home from the club at 2 a.m. with your tits out and a crackhead sees you, something bad's probably going to happen. Like I'm not saying that it's like, oh, just creepy white guy. Like yeah, that happens, and I understand, and it sucks for you. I'm sorry.
There's a line.
But there is a line.
You can dress like cute or sexy or whatever, but like when you're dressed like a literal prostitute, like what reaction are you thinking is going to happen from certain people? Like,
it's just there's so.
I'm not saying like, oh, you can't dress nice or whatever. Like whore it up, go crazy. But like,
exactly. Like
I don't even know
your surroundings. Like understand
I
the
don't
audience.
know what point I'm trying to make, but it's like if I walked around in a fucking Speedo, I'd be asking for confrontation too. Like it's just like you're drawing attention to yourself, whether you look good or not. Like good for you, women's rights, look sexy, what the fuck ever. Go fuck yourself. I don't care, but like. You know what you're trying. You're literally doing this for attention. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I dress this way for me." Like, no, you don't.
No, you do it. You do it for other women.
For you, you wear sweatpants and an oversized T-shirt.
You dress that way for other women, and I hate that they won't.
Other women?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's a flex on other ladies.
No, it is. It's because they know that they get more attention from men when they dress slutty. But it's not because they want men's attention. They want to take attention.
Want their girlfriends.
They want They want other chicks to notice how much their attention. So I pointed this out the other day. I pointed this out the other day. Tell your girlfriend, folks out there, listeners of the podcast, if you have a significant other, tell her to not wear makeup. And then be like, don't be like, you look awful. Like, just like be like, hey, I think you look better without makeup. And then let them like know that you like them without makeup. And then they'll go out into the world. And the first thing that always happens is one of their friends, a girlfriend, will be like, you look tired. And then they freak out and put on makeup, like double down on it. Dude, it's every single fucking shit. Like, I don't like makeup.
Makeup's a weird one.
It's it's fucking facial hair for women. It's
more than that. Makeup, you can literally become a different person.
Did you see the one of all the Indians?
Crackhead lady where she became like an 11?
Oh yeah,
with just like makeup and a wig.
All the Indian guys hitting on the potato was pretty funny. some lady did a makeup tutorial showing how foundation works on a potato, and the potato was like a little face by the end of it, and it was like 5 Pakistani guys going like, "Baby girl, send Bobs. Are you single?" You. Yeah, like dude. But
I wanted to circle back to my comment that I ruined friendships with. We never got that out.
I was going to actually bring that back. Okay, so the Me Too movement. I just said, like, ladies, I care about you. I love you. I want you all to be fucking safe above all, but this is not the way to approach this subject. I would feel more comfortable with you guys taking a self-defense class, getting familiar with a gun, familiarizing yourself with your surroundings, and just like generally being aware of like that you are slightly vulnerable when you're alone, or like, you know, they're like, I would rather you do that than post these sad stories online. And every girl I knew was like instant, like angry react. And then there's this girl that I went to college with.
I feel like you sound like a fucking idiot right now. Well, like take a karate class. Like I could see why people would be like, dude, fuck you.
Allison took my fucking advice. She bought a gun. She's now a fucking blue belt, double notch blue belt in fucking Krav Maga. Shout out fucking AP, man. She's fucking getting shit wrong.
It's because you kept following around with your fucking dink out.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking take karate.
Sexually assault a girl at work enough, she's gonna fucking
gotta get a gun.
No, but like for real though, like she's like, I feel like she's a 100-pound vulnerable chick.
Any human should be doing these things.
Yeah, like, and it's like
women aren't the only people that can be raped. Yes, they're more targeted, but like guys can get beat the fuck up and have their phone and wallet taken too. Like anyone should be able to defend themselves.
But yeah, like so. But the point I was making was like, you know, like it's not a women thing. It's like you should, for pragmatic reasons, be looking out for for yourself and like be aware that people might do harm to you. So I got like all these comments or whatever, and there's this girl. I won't say her name, but if you can find it on my Facebook, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's an Asian chick that I went to college with who was friends with my ex-girlfriend. I was never particularly fond of her, but she was calling me an asshole and saying that like it was a dumb point to make and that I'm being insensitive. And you just decide to chime in. After
we're both like having a stroke today, dude. We're like slurring our words. What's in this coffee?
This is fucking
a little sambuca.
Yeah. But so like we kind of get to like not a resolution, but we get like down the thread or whatever, and it's like
chime in with
and
what?
You chimed in with Jesus fucking. You tagged her too. Jesus fucking Christ! It's a joke, not your uncle's cock. Learn how to take it.
Oh man,
and, dude.
I remember that.
Inbox
brutal.
Just blows up with, "You're such an asshole. Who is that?"
I remember this comment now. I was like, it's a joke, not your uncle's dick. Don't take it so hard or something like that.
Yeah, like it was so fucking funny, man.
Brutal.
And I'm at a bar fucking crying, laughing. Everybody I'm with is like, "Oh, that's the kill shot." And I'm like, I had to turn my phone off. I had to like put my phone on silent because I was like, every message was just like, "You
serious
scumbag!"
bombardment. And why were they messaging you? I'm the one who said it.
Because I associated with you, and I guess
you
started
like,
a podcast.
LOL.
Yeah, dude, started a podcast with you.
I don't do it as much anymore, but when I had a lot more free time and
nothing to lose.
Nah, not that I have anything to lose now. Like that's not why I don't do it. It's just I already have enough headaches in life where it's just like you just want in your free time you just want peace and quiet. Like I don't need to inflict more. Whereas before, my whole life was peace and quiet. You'd be bored. Someone says something on Facebook, and you just call them a racial epithet and see what happens. Like, this is what I'm doing for the next 2 hours.
Throwing a firecracker into a fucking movie theater and seeing what plays out.
Just fucking kick over a bee's nest and run away. And just hope for the best. Like,
actually, I did spend my day yesterday fighting a hornet's nest, and I ended up having to buy wasp spray. I won, but that hornet was very upset with me, and I'm still a little scared to go near that window.
I had an exterminator come out and spray our backyard. I did a pretty good job. We still got some carpenter bees, but there was like a ton before.
It'd be funny if you were like, "Hey, do you have enough to like put Rocky down?"
Nah, it's dog safe.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Just leave him some rat poison out.
Shout out to my buddy Tyler. I forget which company he works for. One of the fucking exterminators around here. He came out and hooked me up with the bit of a difficult extermination.
What did you guys have? Termites?
No, it was the carpenter. It was just for carpenter bees and like flies and stuff. It was just like a general outside before the springtime.
Gotcha.
Before the summertime. He came out last year. We had flies really bad in the spare room and fucking knocked that out. My house is a fucking mess. Dude, there's so much water damage on the one window. It's so bad. It's where I sleep. So it's just like this wall's just going to cave in on me one day.
They really lipstick that pig, didn't they?
They didn't even look at it from the inside. They just came over and fucking sprayed some caulk on the window. And they're like, yep. But it was so
Job's
funny.
done here.
I don't want to like shit on my fucking landlords. Not that they're gonna hear this, but like, it's a fair price rental. They fucking
after everything you said about trannies, I'm sure your landlord would actually be like, "Oh, you know what? He makes some good points."
I'm not going there. Yeah, no, it's a fair price rental and whatnot, but we told him about this water damage. We sent him a picture of it. My landlord was just like, yeah, it's just because it's windy. Like the wind's blowing that in. And it's been happening for a long time, and they're just kind of ignoring it. It's because it's not drywall. It's plaster. So you can't like just replace a patch of it. Like it's just like...
Yeah, it's...
I think they're just trying to find the leak and patch it with that window caulk and then like let that dry out and fucking throw some paint over it and call it how it is. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of those, it's part of renting where you're stuck in when you rent, you're stuck in this conundrum where it's like, this is my house, I live here, I would like to make some upgrades, but it's like, I'm not going to upgrade this person's investment.
I'm not going to put equity into your fucking house without any fucking incentive on my end.
We could be living in this house for a few years. It's like, I would like to make my house like, it's your house, but it's my fucking house. Like I live here. I've lived here for a year now, but it just doesn't make sense from But my mom, she's lived in that rental since 2004, and like after a certain point, she was like, "This is my house. Like I want it to be nice.
This is my house.
I'm gonna do these things." Like she would ask the landlord, "Can I paint this?
Why would you bring me these coconuts?
Can I do this?" And it's like I would be like, "Mom, this is a rental. Like why are we?" She's like, "Because this is my fucking house. I have to live here." Like, so I don't. Yeah, but it's weird. Like,
no, I
want to make it nice. In my personal situation, I want to upgrade. I would fix the wall myself, but like. It's just not me. I would hire a real man to come and fix the wall myself.
Me. Yeah. More tools. Fuck your wall up.
You're a tool, all right. But fucking... yeah, you just don't want to... Why... Like you said, I'm not going to put equity into your fucking... What am I going to make it nicer for the next tenant? Because a foreclosure could pop up for $240 this week, and we might get lucky and land one finally, and like... just put like, what... $10,000 into a fucking new window and new wall. Like
it's fuck just, that.
There's no.
So we have a similar problem going on at work where we own the business, but like, or not we. The owner owns the business, but we don't own the building. So like building is like kind of becoming derelict. Not like bad, but like it's like there's shit that's like this shouldn't be happening, and the landlord is just like, yep, I'm not doing anything about it.
That's where it gets to sometimes.
And but it's like whoa. So like there was like this like fucking leak that started underneath one of the urinals in the bathroom, and I'm like, I don't think that's like a plumbing leak. I think that's like a rain leak, and it's like you could trace like up the wall where the rain is coming through the wall from the outside, and it's like where the guy he hired someone not even correctly to cut the angles, mind you, but he like there's like a gap in the fucking siding where the roof connects to like all right, so like there's like shingles, and then there's like the wall piece that comes down where it like frames the pitch of the house, like of the roof. Those side pieces were decimated by like Hurricane Sandy like 10 years ago. So the fucking he like last year came out with new pieces of just regular hem fur, not pressure treated, not fucking AZEK, hem fur, tacked it up there. And now they're already fucking soggy and waterlogged and leaking all over the fucking bathroom. And it's like, dude, I could fix this with like one Mexican and like a fucking afternoon. Like I could just do this right so that it's sealed and like recaulk it, make watertight. But that would cost like $2,200 in my time too to fucking fix something that we don't even own. And it's like at this point he's just hedging his bets on when the building's going to become condemned so that he can kick us out and fucking sell the property. Like, cause
that's happening where that place on 34th Street, it's a 32 unit condo or something, Spray, that got condemned and shut down, and they're forcing everyone to move out of it.
Damn, there's people like living in their shit. Like year round. Like
not like a ton, but probably
like a couple heads. Like I see cars
more
in
than a couple, like 10.
I see cars
probably
there all the fucking
probably
time.
A third to half of it is year-round occupancy. So they will fuck around and condemn some shit. I don't know about Avalon, but
there's this like theory my dad has on Icona, and like Icona's like laundering money or something like that. I mean, they're like our competition, but I'm not gonna fucking like badmouth them or anything. It's just it makes no fucking sense.
Isn't that more of like a formal type of restaurant?
It's like a chain now. They're like it's like a hotel. Yeah, it's like a hotel and restaurant, and they're like high end, but they just put in some bid in Ocean City for like I might be getting this wrong. It's either 58 or 82. I forget which bid was in Ocean City, but I think it's the 82 million, and it's like for an entire block, and they're gonna build one of those boutique hotels with the whole golf cart shenanigans that they're trying to do in Avalon too. I think the Avalon one was 58.
What's the golf cart shenanigans in Avalon?
They're trying to incentivize. They're arguing that by putting another hotel that's going to be 4 stories, like so it's higher than the normal zoning would allow. That they're because of that, the parking is going to be under it, so you could have parking on site, but also that they're going to give people rides with these golf carts. But it doesn't. You're just
have like a shuttle service.
Yeah, you're just cramming more people into a square block, and they're not going to bring just one car. It's like it's fucking retarded
and
logic.
There's something that where those shore towns where it's something that's nice where. Ocean City obviously has big hotels and stuff, but like in Avalon where it's kind of
condensed. Yeah,
they don't allow it to get overbuilt, even though the value's there, and that's kind of what gives it its value is that it's still this like it's not all triplexed out like fucking Ocean City.
It's
like,
getting there though, man. Like our whole block,
that's gonna get ugly when everywhere around here is getting overbuilt. Upper Township, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm just an old man where I don't like change, but like it is nice that they have a zoning rule where they can't build these big fucking and more, just like you said, keep shoving more and more fucking people, and it's just we don't have the infrastructure to support this type of traffic.
You can hear me on episode 22 talking about this exact fucking thing 2 summers ago, because like I was saying this, it's like they're building triplexes, but you're not accounting for the amount of people that you're bringing in by building a triplex,
and it's only for 3 fucking months of the year. It's such like
it's horseshit.
Living in this style economy is fucking bullshit, dude. It's like
not
go for 3 months, and then like I guess it's good if you're a business owner and you can work for 3 months and fuck off the rest of the year. Like it's great. It's great. Like I get, but
man,
as just
609 call me.
That's a year-round business, but
it's a non-existent business.
It's bullshit to have a booming economy for 1/4 of the year and then the rest of the year is complete bust and ghost town. Like that's fucking bullshit, dude.
I like it.
I do too, but I completely fucking
you totally 180'd on that.
Nah, it's
fine. I get what you're saying. Like,
I was gonna say I like the peace of quiet in the wintertime, but it's like one or the other.
You say peace of quiet?
Peace and quiet is what I said.
Ricky,
unless it came out wrong. Slurring my words again.
Dude, we were drunk, man. Is there carbon monoxide leak up here? It's probably that mold.
I enjoy the peace and quiet, but dude, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but it's just, I think I'm just annoyed by it because it's just starting to pick up now. Or it's getting warmer. There's more and more traffic on Sundays, and I'm like, this is gay, dude. This sucks fucking balls when you can't go anywhere on a Sunday, and like, I just hate being in like a touristy destination.
One of those things that I love about working this time of year is that whenever traffic is usually at its peak worst, I am at work, and it's like I hate it. I'm not denying.
You're cruising home at 10 o'clock. There's no one on the road. Really, it's not too bad.
You have no life. That's the exchange you make, and I totally understand.
The best months of the year you're spent working fucking overtime out the wazoo and saving up, and then in the winter you're just like, well, now what? Like.
I went on vacation a lot this year. I think I'm at the end of this year going to try and go back to Europe. I want to travel a little bit more. I'm torn. I want to either go to Europe or I want to go to New Zealand. I don't know which. I got into a long discussion about Lord of the Rings with Yusuf the other day. Nah, fuck China. I did say this. If I was going to go to any Asian country, China would be like my top, either South Korea or China. I don't want to go
to the Great Wall. Let's do BLACKTOOth Live from the Great Wall.
Get shot in the head. Get in prison. With no
YouTube in China.
We got to use fucking Temu to get
our dog now.
I got to order fucking fake passports off Temu and fucking go to, what is it? Hong
Smuggle
Kong,
found help packets of our butt to fucking get home.
You are a slave now. I can tell you today I didn't have any casino Asians stories, but those two guys were real mad at me, which like shout out to them. They were nice, but like they were fucking pissed at me. Like I don't care.
Is that those two Indian dudes?
I don't know if they were Indian. I think they were like Hispanic. I couldn't really fucking tell. They were New Yorkers. That's all I could know. But there was these two guys. And I gotta like draw you a picture of this because this chick was like. There's something about people that have just your lower lip connected to your neck where there's like no chin there that throws me for a fucking loop. And this like, she had to be Hispanic, but she just had no fucking chin. And it was like, I'm standing, like I'm looking at her at the same profile I'm looking at you. And every time I'd look at her, it's like, I would just fuck up my hand. And then I get involved with a hand with her. I re-raised her. She fucking calls and then fucking...
Was she fat or was just face structure?
A little bit of like, both, so the
blends together.
The chubbiness is because you don't see too many chubby Asian women unless they're like Korean, really, like Chinese and like the Pacific Rim chicks. They're generally leaner, at least from my experience. And like the Korean chicks are a little bit
I don't know
plumper.
why, but there's something racist in there.
No, there's not. Like, I mean, I've done my due diligence on all this.
I'm just fucking with you.
They have sideways pussies and it's blurry. I was genuinely upset when I started dating a Taiwanese chick and I went down on her. It was like, holy shit, it's not blurry. She was like, you're fucked up. But
I talked about it on here. My dad told us about the sideways thing when we were like 8.
Oh, what?
He was stationed in Japan in the Navy, and he's like, yeah, they're fucking... It's sideways. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, we were older than 8. We were probably like 12 or something, like getting to that interested in tits.
Don't be too
age.
Specific now.
Yeah.
Older
my
than
dad
8,
molested me too. My dad molested all of us. No. He was just like, yeah, dude, they're pussy sideways.
Tried to drink the microphone. I'm pretty high.
They're pussy sideways. And like, I believed it for a while. This was pre-internet. There was internet, but like, I wasn't going on like Pornhub yet or anything. There was no way for me to confirm, so I just had to take the man at his word. You know, this is what I say. The 90s were a better era. Like, you just had to... It's just to hack the fucking bit where it's like, there was no Google. You just had to take a man at his word.
Google.
My dad... Was it Bert or Tom? Someone... I think it was Bert. His dad told him that this one actor was gay, and he just went around for like 2 decades being like, yeah, Tom Ford's gay. And everyone's like, no, he's not. And they're like... He'd be like, yeah, my dad told me. Like, and he finds out. I think it was Tom, actually. He has a whole bit in one of his specials about it.
Any other comedians you'd like to do material of, or would you like to hear some OC racist bullshit?
I got nothing. Going like a George Carlin rant.
That would be pretty funny. You can't say these 7 words on television.
I was literally gonna fucking go there, dude. Shit, this cocksucker motherfucker.
But yeah, so like there was this guy when I worked at Mousetrap, R.I.P. Mousetrap. There was a guy and he owns a seafood restaurant in Sea Isle. When you go over, it's the one that's named
Carmen's.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a nasty bowler, dude. Several 300s.
Several 300 games. Well, I was fucking bartending.
I've seen him do one before live when you just go to like, you know, open bowling or whatever. They just have open slots or whatever. It'd be like a Tuesday afternoon. He would come in and do like 4 games, and he would like I think once or twice I saw him bang out a 300. Always high 200s. Like his average was insane. He would come over. I was like, 13 or something. He'd give me pointers. He's a cool dude. He's my buddy's grandpa.
He's a really nice guy. I was his bartender when I worked there, and I had the day shift. So that exact time slot when they'd have open bowling, he would come in and bowl like 10 games, and like he would just drink a pitcher of beer to the face and come in and bullshit with me for a little bit. He liked Woody too, so he'd like bullshit with Woody. But
it's probably nice if he's in Sea Isle too. It's like a nice little cruise.
Yeah, it's like straight shot right back JFK. There. Check the numbers real quick. Go home, shower up, come in, eat dinner. How we doing? Go to league night. And anyway, yeah. Carmine was like he's a really nice guy, but he like hit me out of the blue one day with this one fucking story from when he was in the Korean War. And also, like, I should preface this, Carmine was known to...
It's Carmen.
Well, he would go by Carmine when he was in there. He would would correct me. I don't know if he was he might be fucking with me.
I always thought it was Carmen.
I know it as Carmen's because if you call it Carmine's, people think it's the place in AC. But if you say Carmen's in Sea Isle...
I thought he would put his name on the screen as Carmen.
Yeah, but he would go by Carmine. He corrected me several times. He might have been fucking with me, like I said, because he was always hammered.
He was still Carmen when I was there in 2006. Maybe he switched it up in the last 20 years.
I don't know. He was just a crotchety old man that was really funny. But no,
he was old when I was there, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, he was particularly ornery, but like never mean, just like ornery, but like funny. He was really like I should preface this. Like he would come in, he would bowl a couple of games, come over, get a pitcher, and then like as he would loosen up, he'd come back between games and kind of bullshit with me and Woody or Eric, whoever was like around. But this one time, the guy Bill, I've talked about him on here before. He's the maintenance guy there. He wanted to show Bill this eel fishing rod that he had from when he was a little kid, and it's like this like imagine like the prongs of a rake, like, but they're like thicker, and there's only 3 of them. But it's made out of wood and kind of like that, where like one's up there and 2 are down there, and there's a rubber band that is attached up here, and then one that's attached like kind of there. Okay. So it's like a big like kind of rake looking thing. And what you do is you just wait by where the eels like
stab in the fucking head.
And you have a release on it and you put it out in front. The eel goes through the little trap to figure out what's there, and you release it, the rubber band snaps shut, it breaks the eel's neck, you can just pull it up, no struggle. And it was a really neat contraption, but Carmine had that from Carmen had it from when he was a little kid. And I was like, I just wanted to show this to you. So like we kind of got in the spirit of like whenever you come in, he would tell us a little bit more about himself, and like, I worked there for a couple months, so like that was like the 4th, 5th week I worked there. So like by the end of it, he's like sharing Korea stories with us, and he's like, he'd come back, have a fucking pitcher of beer, and be like, so there's one time I was in Korea, and I don't know if the exchange rate's the same as when it was when I was in the war, but you could get 2, not 1, but 2 baby sons for the price of $1 US. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, it's like it's similar to geishas, but they're just more upfront about the prostitution element of it. But they'll follow your
baby san.
It's like the thing is, it's like you have a mama san who's like the lady that runs a brothel, like a madam, and then the baby sons are all the hookers. Okay. But like it
has this weird connotation where I'm like, was he fucking kids?
No. They were. I mean, I have no fucking idea. I mean, Asian in the 50s, who fucking knows? But he
wasn't checking IDs.
But regardless, he was like, you could get 2 hookers for $1.
Holy shit!
And I was just like, dude, you're like somebody's
That's a
fucking,
great exchange rate.
He's like, you're somebody's grandfather. He's just like,
He's multiple people's grandfather.
Yeah, like it was fucking hilarious though. He came in one time, was telling us about like how he had a confirmed kill or something like that. I forget that story. I'm not gonna fucking go into it. But like he was a fucking pisser. He was real funny, and I only got to hang out with him like a handful of times. But every time I got to know him a little bit better, and he would fucking always like that fucking one about the hookers was fucking hilarious.
He didn't tell me that one when I was 12.
Yeah, I mean, you just got asked the right question. Get him drunk.
When I was in Korea,
should have asked him to go to the bar and bought him
girls your age for $1.
2 of them. They had to walk uphill both
12
ways to the
plus 12 is 24. That's what my attorney told me.
They had to walk uphill both ways to the brothel through the snow.
Barefoot.
They had to come suck on my stinky olive pecker.
Olive?
I don't know why olive makes sense. Yeah.
My fucking throat hurts.
Huh?
Yeah. I had a sinus infection last week. I'm fucking getting over it.
Thank God I am sharing a blunt with you.
Yeah, it's fine. Awesome. It's not contagious.
It's fucking, yeah. It's going to make me gay.
No. You probably got me sick with your fucking, I got bronchitis.
Oh, yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
I've been feeling much better since then. I haven't had any hospital visits, which is nice.
That's always fun.
Oh, dude, I had a nice fun getting punched in the face with steam the other day at work. I forget that steam hurts you, and I work with a steamer. And sometimes you look into it and someone leaves a tray in there. It like kind of funnels the steam up into your face, and it got like the top of my, and like I was walking around with a red line for like the next day and a half.
It's like the weirdest burn too, because you don't feel it right away.
No, it's like it just feels like nice for a second, skin, and then you're like, ah!
Versus when like you touch something metal hot, it's like, it's like white heat, but the steam, it just catches you off guard because you're not expecting it. It just looks like water vapor. Yeah, and it just like you're if you're breathing in at the same time too, it's the worst because your throat and like, your nose just burns. Oh, dude, it hurts. It hurts bad. So like we have like shrimp and fucking lobsters and shit that all get seasoned that we throw in there, and like at some point this season I'm gonna get seasoning in my fucking bad eye. I know it. It's a bad. I mean to ask about that. How is the eye doing? It's
pretty bad. I mean, like not like it. I can't. It's not like it gets better every day, but I still can't see for shit out of it.
I was gonna say, have you had any follow-up appointments since? Or?
I have one in a couple weeks. So I think 3 weeks. I have a follow-up because it was March 16th. I got the surgery, so it was April, May. Yeah, so 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay. I wanted to check in on that.
I think I have to get
Tina was asking the other day. I was like, I don't know. I haven't asked him in a while.
I don't ask her anything.
There was some. Jeez.
Fuck you, Tina.
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. I love her.
She's literally like concerned. Like, fuck you, bitch.
No. Tina was real concerned when I went to the hospital. She encouraged me to go to the hospital the one time, and then like I actually had to go to the hospital, so I was real happy about that. But I was like, I was being a resentful man about it. 'Cause she's like, you should go to the hospital. I was like, fuck you, Tina. Like,
yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
There was something came up on Reddit or Facebook. Some guy, or no. It was our brother-in-law Brandon. He had an eye issue this week, and they like made time for him in the eye doctors on Saturday. And the guy was like, "Oh, thank God you came in. Like you could have lost vision in this eye or something."
What do you have?
I don't know, but I don't know,
some
nothing.
Gay shit.
Yeah, fucking took a load in the eye or something, but. No, it reminded her of you, and she's like, see, this is why Joe should have went to the hospital. Like, what if he lost vision, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know, nothing.
Yeah,
she's like, have you asked him about his eye lately? I'm like, no.
All right, so, no, the improvement is it's getting less leaky. Like, I've made the joke, like, several times to my friends. Like, I have eye mustard, and, like, I have to wipe it before I put my medicine on it. Because I have a dilation and stuff, and I have a topical cream for my eyelid that I have to put on the top and the bottom.
Erythromycin?
It's some steroid shit. It's called something with an A. I thought it was like it had like I thought it was like ACE or something like that. Because I thought it was just like some kind of like heavy duty like Tylenol or something, acetaminophen. But no, it's like some steroid. So like I put it on there, and also I've noticed that like my fucking stamina is like greatly depreciated when like I'll be at work and I don't put it on for 8 hours, and I get home, I pop that shit on. It's like, oh, I can like move around again. It's weird. It's fun. It's bizarre.
Steroids have that effect.
I guess I'm getting a very mild dose of them, but like I mean,
so my kid's on steroids now because he's getting over an illness,
hitting the weights.
They said like it might make him a little more energetic or whatever, like because it's a small dose of fucking steroids, and like. Yeah. The first night I gave it to him, I tried to put him to bed. He was just rolling around and screaming his head off. Not like a cry or anything. He was just like, ba, 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 ba. And he's just like flailing his arms and like clapping and shit. It's like 9:30 at night. I'm like, go to bed, fuckface. Like, what are we doing?
You got work in the morning.
After like 5 minutes, you just stop fighting and you just let him roll around, fucking punch himself out. And then like eventually he comes around and passes out. But yeah, the steroids definitely give him a boost. He just starts fucking spouting off. Bah, 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 bah. He can't really say shit, but bah, bah, and fucking. Yeah, he says mama. He doesn't say dada. It's bullshit. It's my own fault, too. I was trying to be all like, I'm not selfish. So the whole time he's been alive, when I would be like, people are like, dada, mama, I would always say mama. And now he only says mama. And I'm like, this is my own fault. Yeah. Because I was trying to be like, I'm a gentleman. I would do mama first. And then I would and now he doesn't. All my friends' kids are all saying dada and not mama. I'm the only one I know where it's like, he's saying mama. And Tina fucking loves it. Like, when he's sad, he'll just look over and be like, ba-ba. And I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. Well, I mean, he'll say it eventually. I like busting balls about it where I'm like, oh, I'm jealous.
I'm comparing my child.
He has said dada a little bit, but what bullshit. Fucking says mama first. No kids do, because it's like a harder sound to make.
Mama.
Yeah.
Dada.
He straight up is like, mama, mama, mama.
Wow. Well, my buddy Yussel's kid, his kid is speaking words now. Like, he's getting more, and he was showing me his dinosaurs on his jacket the other day, which is pretty cute. Also, Two things about that interaction. First off, Ryder has a weird intimacy with the dog. Like, not like anything weird, but like they're not like anything like profoundly weird. But they're like uncomfortably close with each other, and he'll just like I don't know if your kid's getting to the point where he could start like reaching out and grabbing shit like with like intent. Like yet, like I don't know.
Not so much intent. I think he's just reaching out and grabbing.
So
kind of he does this where he looks at things.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's like starting to like get his bearings on shit. So like Ryder's like 2.5, I think now. Like
way.
So he's like he's a little bit further along, but he's like starting to say words, and he's like doing things like with intention. And one of his things he likes doing, he just grabs the dog, and like there's not even like a part of the dog that's off limits because the dog doesn't care. But I was watching him try to grab the dog's back leg, and then the dog was jumping on me, so his tail was just hitting the kid in the head, and I'm just watching his head go pop 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 pop. I was like, his skull's soft. He needs to like not get fucking
soft at that age.
But he was having fun playing with the dog and showing me all his dinosaurs on his jacket. But then Yussel wanted to show me his wasp collection.
He's saving like wasps that he killed, or
no? He's got a wasp nest in his fucking wood pile, and he wanted to eat. It's under one of those Tupperware container lids, so he just like lifts it up, and there's like a fucking wasp nest in it. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? That's a wasp nest." And he's like, "No, I wanted to show you the wasps." And I'm like there with him, the kid, the baby mama, and the dog, and then we're just like, "Yo, so you probably shouldn't be, or like your kid's here," and like his girl's like, "Yeah, you should probably not be like." He's like, "What? They're friendly. Look how friendly they're being." It's just like, get your fucking wasp friends out of here.
He is like a bit. Like, if a person was
he
a bit.
is Carl Pilkington, and like, but I like he's profoundly smart. He's an intelligent person in things that you would not expect him to be like really smart at. Understands I don't even know, like
trigonometry and string theory.
No, he's not like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. But like he's smart in ways that like he wows me once in a while, and I'll leave it at that. But he is smart. He's not an unintelligent person. He's just very weird with what his priorities are in life, like having a 2-year-old and no driver's license, and then.
You think that'll change, or he's just gonna get one of those seats and just fucking throw him on the handlebars?
I think the kid's gonna have a driver's license before he does, but I got no idea. But hey,
you got to get to the heart of that. Is it a financial thing? Is it he likes?
He just likes riding his bike.
But you can have a car and still ride a bike. You can ride a bike a majority of the time and just keep the car for inclement weather or farther trips.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It comes back to that he thinks driving makes you stupid, which is a valid point. But his alternative isn't any better. Because he has to drive.
Driving makes you stupid.
He shows up soaking wet and sunburnt like 6 days a week, and then I'm like, dude, like,
you're already spent before you get to work.
No, he's fine. He's got plenty of energy. He just he
would have more if he drove in though.
He fascinates me, but he gets rides. Like he gets rides from his dad. He's not opposed to not biking. It's not like some weird like fucking mental or like OCD thing.
So riding makes you smart, but driving makes you stupid.
Yes.
So it's cool to be like.
It's not cool
driving Miss Daisy. So he just needs a chauffeur. He just doesn't want to drive the vehicle.
We're gonna
start a GoFundMe today. Get Yussel a chauffeur.
And we're gonna skim all the
just pulling up everywhere he goes, like a limo, like a fucking.
That actually would be funny. That would be a great bit as us dressed like chauffeurs.
No, just get a limo, following him down the side of the road, make sure he gets there safe.
You know, like the tandem bicycles where it's like the 2 seats. Get one that's like 4 seats, so there has to be like an empty seat between the two of us, and then every time he gets up, one of us gets off, hits the kickstand, and then the other one puts a little box down so he can dismount.
The other one plays a trumpet.
Yeah, dude, I would kill to have fucking Yussel on the podcast. He doesn't like being on camera. He's one of those people where he is Carl Pilkington in many fucking ways. I don't think we're gonna fucking.
I don't know who Carl Pilkington is.
When you go home, I'll send you clips from the Ricky Gervais show. People have to know who he is. Like,
I might recognize the character.
You know the show An Idiot Abroad? Have you ever heard of that show?
Maybe.
Okay, so he's the guy that's friends. Ricky Gervais had the Ricky Gervais show, which was like an animated. It was before a podcast. It was just on Sirius, like their BBC alternative or whatever it was. So they would just record a radio show where him and this other actor, comedian guy, Stephen Merchant, would come in and interview their close friend Carl, who they met while filming a sitcom. And Carl's just this like producer that happened to be working on the sitcom. And Ricky took a liking to him because he's kind of like a lovable, like buffoonish character. He has a weird philosophy. Like I want to get a tattoo of Carl Pilkington just because he's got this like most outlandish approach. My favorite quote by him is, "Why do you never see a black ghost?"
Because ghosts come out at nighttime.
That's not a good answer.
Because they're spooky.
Yeah, it's a little better. Oh, fuck.
I'm saving that one for a clip, baby. Get me banned from TikTok.
All right, so
why do you never see black ghosts?
it's not a joke. It's just the thing he said. The fascinating.
There's
no follow up to it either. So Ricky Gervais knows that he's got the agoraphobia. So he's like he has like he won't not go other places, but he doesn't
in real life or in the show.
No, in real. It's not a sitcom. It's like just them interviewing him, and then they animate it because it's fucking. He says the most absurd shit. He's got this one where he is trying to argue. Oh, and his segment on the show is they ask him to bring something to the show. So in the first season, it's monkey news because he just fucking is fascinated by monkeys, and he reads like most of the time made up articles about monkeys. Like they're
like fucking monkeys.
There's like one where
circling back to Bill Burr.
There's one. There's one where he claims that in Russia there's a broadcast they were doing on the news where the male anchor didn't show up, so they put a monkey on the air, and the monkey was the news anchor, and there's footage of this, but they couldn't, like, you just never had any evidence or proof of this. It's just something he clearly like read that's bullshit or he made up on the spot. So like, but he's like, he says it with the deadpan sincerity of like, and like someone who's like knowledgeable. Like, I don't know, I can't explain him any better. You just have to look him up and watch him. But yeah, in an Idiot Abroad, it's an extension of that where Ricky Gervais pays for him to go on vacation to like the pyramids of Egypt, or like, you know, Red Square in Moscow, or like, you know, the Mao statue in China, like all of these like tourist destinations. But he's just like an agoraphobic kind of like, you know, miserable guy that just like doesn't.
Carl is.
I
thought you were saying Ricky Gervais was agoraphobic.
No. Ricky Gervais likes traveling, so that's why he always tries to get Carl to go places. And Carl's like, no, I can't be bothered. I kind
of agree with Carl.
And he doesn't like want to go to these places, but they send him. And there's like this very profound part of An Idiot Abroad where Carl is at the Great Pyramids of Giza, and he's overlooking this like beautiful scenic like overlook of them, but he's at a fucking Pizza Hut because he like doesn't want to try the local cuisine. So he's just at Pizza Hut looking at the pyramids.
This pizza isn't the same as back home.
No, he's like he's smitten on it. He's loving it. Oh, dude, he's having a blast. He's like, just like back home.
I kind of relate to that. I'm 50-50. I love the comforts of home, but I think when in Rome, I would go with the authentic native cuisine.
Well, you've come out of the woodwork a bit with me. You came down to Raleigh that one time, and you were out of your element there for a good bit.
Yeah, but I don't really like fucking. To me, I don't like
fucking. Is that the product of Vinny? Yeah. Not after him.
Accidents happen. No, fucking.